When do you really need to enroll in Medicare? And what happens if you miss the window to do so? Too many people find out the hard way. We're going to make sure that's not you. In this video, we're going to help you understand Medicare's dates and deadlines and what happens if you miss them, so you can be confident in the decisions you make to ensure that you get insurance that truly represents you. Hello, my name is Edwin John Rodriguez, your health insurance representative. Since 2007, I've had the pleasure of working with thousands of individuals and families regarding their health insurance. As an insurance broker, I represent tons of companies helping my clients shop, compare, and enroll in their plans based on their individual needs. The best part is my help to you is completely free. The way I get paid is whichever insurance company you choose to enroll with is the one that pays me for my time. My clients often consider me the best free help they never pay for. So if you need some guidance related to your Medicare, consider giving us a call and see why clients consider me their 5-star resource. Now let's get into it. So the first enrollment date you want to make sure you know is the Initial Enrollment Period, also known as IEP. This is the time where you first become eligible for Medicare. This is going to be 3 months before your birth month, your actual birth month, and then 3 months after your birth month. And that's the 7-month window where you can enroll into Medicare and pick a plan that you need based on your specific goals and needs. Now, this is considered the best time to enroll into Medicare, assuming you don't have employer coverage. If you're drawing Social Security before 65, you're actually going to automatically receive your Medicare card in the mail, again, about 3 months before your birth month. If you're not drawing Social Security, but you do plan on starting Medicare on your 65th birth month, then you're going to have to manually apply for your Medicare. And we have a video titled How to Apply for Medicare, which will give instructions on exactly how to apply for Medicare, assuming you have to manually enroll. And that would be the case if in one of two scenarios. The first scenario is if you're not drawing Social Security, but you do intend to go on to Medicare, or if you delayed your Medicare because you have employer coverage and you need to enroll into Medicare later down the road. Well, what happens if I'm still working? If you're still working, you can actually delay your Medicare coverage as long as you have compliant coverage through your employer. Compliant coverage is going to be considered any coverage that is including 20 or more employees. If you have that compliant coverage, you'll be able to successfully delay your Part B and D portions of your Medicare until further notice without any penalties. If you decide to later enroll into Medicare because you have employer coverage, you'll qualify for a special enrollment period that will allow you to then enroll into Medicare and pick a plan based on your needs. And that window is generally going to be a 60-day window to enroll into another plan. If you missed your initial enrollment window, you have what we call the general enrollment period. This is the time between January 1st and March 31st of every year. At this time, you can actually enroll into standard Medicare, and the coverage will become effective the first of the following month. If you missed your initial enrollment window or you delayed your Medicare and had no other compliant coverage, you may be looking at penalties for delaying your Medicare. That's why it's important to be timely with your initial enrollment into Medicare when you first turn 65. There are special enrollment periods that you may later qualify for to enroll into Medicare. If you're coming off employer coverage, that's going to be a special enrollment period to enroll into a Medicare plan up to 60 days after you retire. The next is going to be if you have Medicare or Medicaid. That's actually an ongoing special enrollment period where you can actually make a change to your Medicaid plans or actually enroll into Medicare at any time. And another special enrollment period is if you move. If you actually are moving from one zip code or county to another, generally if it's outside of the state, you're going to want to enroll into a different Medicare plan. Now, this isn't necessarily enrolling into Medicare in general, but the last two are special enrollment periods designed specifically for people already enrolled into Medicare. Now, if you miss the Medicare enrollment window, there are penalties associated with enrolling into your Medicare late. The first penalty is going to be related to your Part B, as in Bravo. That's the medical portion of your coverage. For every 12 full months that you delay your Medicare Part B being activated, there's a penalty of 10% for every year that you delay your Medicare. If you go 2 years with delaying your Medicare, you're looking at a 20% penalty, 10 times 2, 20% penalty for the rest of your life. And that's why it's very important to not miss these dates or to maintain compliant coverage during that duration, because any penalties related to Medicare are lifetime penalties. In this case, with your Medicare Part B, it's a 10% penalty for every year you go without Medicare Part B coverage being activated. The second penalty is going to be with your Part D, as in drugs, and that is going to be a 1% penalty for every month you go without coverage. In that 2-year example, that's 24 months. That's a 24% penalty that you'll be paying literally for the rest of your life. So again, the importance of making sure you're being timely when you're considering your Medicare options. Other risks associated with delaying your Medicare is if you don't have any other coverage, obviously you're going to be stuck on the hook for any cost related to medical expenses, as well as having delayed access to Medicare. The way my team and I help you is we actually make sure you stay on track for your Medicare goals. So when you give us a call, we'll actually put reminders on our side of your timeline of when you need to be setting up your Medicare. And we'll help guide you through the process of applying for your Medicare. In that process of waiting for your Medicare application to get approved, we'll then have a consultation on shopping plans based on your individual needs. Again, as a broker, we represent tons of companies. We help you shop based on your specific goals and needs. Our conversations are free from bias. Additionally, we'll help you avoid any penalties by making sure any changes you're making are timely. If you decided to delay your Medicare because you're still covered in employer coverage, we'll help guide you through the process of how to come off of employer coverage, how to enroll into Medicare, and then how to activate a Medicare plan based on your goals. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you need to know related to Medicare, dates and deadlines, and what happens if you miss those dates. If you found this information helpful, be sure to give it a like. It helps others like you find this information too. And of course, if there's any questions that we didn't answer in today's video, be sure to add them in the comment section below. I read each one of those personally. If you need more personalized guidance based on your specific needs, consider scheduling a call using the link in the description below. Either myself or my team would be more than honored to help you with your Medicare goals and guidance. Medicare rules are always changing. By subscribing to the channel, that's going to ensure you're staying up to date with information and changes related to Medicare. We're posting videos every week, helping clients just like you understand exactly what Medicare means to them, important dates, changes, and everything under the umbrella related to health insurance with a focus on Medicare and ACA plans. And if you found this information helpful, you may want to consider watching this video too, and we'll see you in the next one.